This video is all about how we create space for the sound to resonate. And without space, sound is quite constricted. So when we talk, there's a certain volume, there's a certain amount of space. It's quite a compact kind of sound, which is great. This is not about what's right and what's wrong. This is just for you to become aware of the space required to create certain sounds and vibrations. So for instance, if you go into a cathedral, say, it's a big space, great space for sound, the sound is bouncing off this big cavernous space. And so relating that to us, we can create a big cavernous space within ourselves through opening up. So in your mouth, you drop your throat down, open your jaw, and you have all this space within here for the sound to start echoing around and reverberating. And then you add the sinuses. So it's like by opening, it's like that lifting, like opening the sinuses. So the sound is reverberating back here behind my nose and creating more echoes, more sound, increasing the volume, increasing the fullness of that sound. So if you want to create a big full tone, you don't just tone from here. You want to use the whole space. So this is what I mean by creating space within yourself. So just think of yourself as a big echo chamber, as you like. And so if you might want to create a small sound. So you just bring the space down small. Then if you want to create a bigger sound, you need to open the space to create more resonance. And that's really what the space is. So as well as creating space, we want to be projecting our voice into certain areas. Be really conscious of where you're singing to. Because if it's just singing to yourself, you might be, with the guitar, just I'm singing my song. But if you're wanting to project that voice out, I might say sing to the back of the room, sing to nature, then you want to be singing out there. It's your attention, your focus isn't here, your focus is all the way over there. And then your voice will follow your thought, your projection. So just be aware of what you're singing to, where you're singing to. You might be singing to the Ashtor, singing, and just it's all about the thought and the mind, where you're projecting to. And often, especially if you're playing like a harmonium or something, you'll be so focused on the keys and you'll be like, Om Namah Shivaya, you're singing down to your instrument. And this can muffle your sound. It can take that ping out of your sound because your thoughts and your focus is down. So be aware of this, where your focus is. And you want to be singing to hear. They call it singing from the mask. So you're creating all the resonance, creating all the sound up through the chambers in your face, and singing out there. You're literally singing from this area. You want to be focusing your attention in this area, and that creates the nice pingy, vibrant sound in the vibrant sounds. But if your attention's really inward focused, it's going to be muffling your sound. So just be really present. What's happening? What's happening in your head, in your mind, in your thoughts when you're singing, because it all impacts on what is delivered into the world.